It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight's game at AT&T Center, it's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. A lot of W's recently for this Oklahoma City team. Their first time playing these guys this season.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan, our sideline. Hey, Brett, right off the bat, we're already seeing several big-name rookies struggle a little bit. Talk about the adjustment going from being the star player, the guy on your college team, to becoming, initially at least, a contributor in the NBA.
I think it's difficult, the mental adjustment for a player to come to practice and do all the things to prepare for a practice and then work extra either before or after practice, Kevin, and then go to a game, put on your uniform, and sit. It's just not something that they're used to. They haven't done it for 10,
right.
oh yeah, or 10 or 12 years. And so it's important to have three things at that point, Kevin. One, a coach that continues to tell you what you need to work on. Two, an assistant coach that works with you daily on the things that the coach has told you about. And the last part is having a veteran guy as a mentor. That can be extremely important in you keeping your confidence and the idea of be ready, stay ready when your opportunity presents itself.
Now James, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Russell Westbrook, Hayward out there with Markkanen. Then it's Rodney Hood, and it's Howard in at the center filling out the middle.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Westbrook, no good. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Timberwolves.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, good collective team unity. Everyone pitching in, so trying to win for one another. That's a good thing.
5 to shoot. Green. And here's Leonard from 3. Markkanen pulls it in.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Here's Westbrook, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
A lot of people look at Russell and think you roll the ball out, and with his athleticism and tenaciousness, he just takes it over. But the guy hits the film room. I mean, he studies up. He wants to know about his opponent. He wants to get better as a performer, get more consistent. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes with Russell Westbrook.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And for Westbrook, in his watching of film, he isn't looking for what he's doing on the floor. Rennie says he's gaining an understanding for everyone else.
I think that kind of approach is pretty heady, don't you, Kevin? The fact that Russell not only wants to improve himself, he wants to have a better understanding of every aspect of the game. That's his decision-making. That's where his teammates are finding success on the floor. Defensively, how teams are matching up with him. That's a lot to take in on top of the responsibilities he already has for this Oklahoma City team.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
The Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Leonard against Hayward. Shoots over Leonard. Howard controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
Hill against Westbrook. Plumlee with the screen. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got his second bucket of the night.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Hill against Westbrook. Over Hill. That one rolling around and rims out.
Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low. But as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game.
Two shots.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And the San Antonio Spurs, the best bench net rating in the league last season, ranked third in bench minutes.
Well, it's amazing the way that Pop controls the players' minutes. So the starters don't play a ton. The bench guys get enough minutes to play cohesively together. And one of the guys who was hugely impactful coming off the bench last year for them was Patty Mills. And in fact, last year they became the first 60-win team to have 11 different players that played at least 1,000 minutes. Now, for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise. But I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
It's good.
And that's one of Leonard's go-to moves, navigating through the traffic, draining the highly contested shot.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. So he wants their best effort defensively, knowing what a slick shooting team they're up against.
And I think they'd be smart to try to deny them the ball inside, guys. That the best way to keep a team from getting hot is to not give them the easy looks down low.
Yeah, make sure there is no vacancies out there at the three-point line, Greg. This is a team that can really hurt you from all over the floor.
And with OKC, as long as this team has been in this city, they have known success as a franchise.
Part of the fear that losing KD in free agency was that the success was going to go with them. But on the shoulders of Russell Westbrook having an historic NBA season, averaging a triple-double, Billy Donovan got these guys to play pretty hard, ended up being in the playoffs, and now have young guys that maybe could show some potential to maintain a level of success this fan base is used to.
Plumlee with a screen on Westbrook. Shot off the pick. Hill, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Hood against Green. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Plumlee. Westbrook against Hill. He feeds it to Leonard. Howard with the steal. And Howard with the stuff.
I swear Dwight Howard plays with a watch on. His timing is tremendous on those alley-oops.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Hill kicks to Green. Plumlee sets the pick for Green. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Danny Green, undrafted out of North Carolina. He's been a linchpin of the Spurs' great defense over his career.
You know, 6'6" with that 6'10" wingspan. This is a guy that can block shots like a big man, guards three positions, and one of the guys that we call the prototype when you talk about that 3 and D wing player.
That's good from Green.
A relatively rare trip to the free throw line for Green, averaging just 1 attempt per game over the course of his career.
Westbrook against Hill. Westbrook dishes to Hood. Here's the three. Nene, the pass to Westbrook. It's stolen by Hill. Green kicks to Hill. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 8 points for Hill.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Westbrook against Hill. Westbrook dishes to Nene. Count that one. Nene's got his first 2 points.
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike, something he's developing.
Plumlee with the screen. Hayward against Leonard. Plumlee in the post. Leonard kicks to Hill. Plumlee with the screen. Hill passes to Plumlee. He dishes it to Green. And stolen by Hood. Lets it go with a three. Not going to go that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Leonard kicks to Hill. Back to Leonard. Green, the screen. Plumlee with a screen on Hayward. Pass to Nance. 6 to shoot. Here's Plumlee. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And an All-NBA rookie first-teamer in 2014, Plumlee still building his game.
Westbrook dishes to Hood. Nene setting the pick for Hood. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Plumlee. Saul comes in for Nance. Roberson, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for George Hill. The Thunder also changing it up. Sabonis, he's checked in for Markkanen. Grant comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Will Barton in for Rodney Hood. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Outside Leonard. Back to Gasol. Here's Roberson. Defending. Gasol a screen. Off the pick. Offensive rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Thunder trailing by 7. Outside Westbrook. Teardrop shot. Rejected by Gasol.
Gasol did not stop moving his hands there, especially as the shot was going up. Always going to be right there to send anything back if it's close.
Barton with some nice D. Oklahoma City has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Baseline J on the way. The shot comes out. Good D by Gasol. And stolen by Barton. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, there's a run to the basket looking like a pinball there, drawing some contact. Deceptive strength for the skinny fella out there. Barton gets to the rim.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. And Mills gets to Gasol. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Westbrook. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Robertson has it in the corner. Gasol a screen. Got a hand on it.
Sabonis has to use good timing in order to block shots. That time he did.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Brent, the media and others have commented that while Westbrook is a gifted scorer, he isn't an efficient scorer. What do you think of that?
Well, Russell is surrounded by guys who are still trying to figure out exactly what they are supposed to be in the league. He's not going to wait around for them to figure it out on his watch. And so that's the delicate dance right now for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook trying to find a balance between leading the charge and putting a charge in his teammates.
Gasol kicks to Ginobili. Up top, Mills. Over in the corner, Gasol. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Oklahoma City trailer. Barton wide open. He fires. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And Roberson kicks to Mills. Back to Robertson. Pass to Gasol. Now the feed to Lopez. Outside Gasol. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Man, Pau Gasol later on in his career is establishing the fact that he can, and he will, drill the 3.
Shot from 12. And Westbrook gets it to go. Westbrook's got 10.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Lopez, a screen on Westbrook. Mills passes to Roberson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
This OKC team is one of the best in the league when it comes to getting themselves to the free throw line. And a lot of that comes with the sheer force of Russell Westbrook, who draws a ton of fouls. But there's a few other crafty players who can get to work on the inside and find their way to the free throw line.
Powell, he's checked in for Nene. The Thunder, a strong team at getting points off free throws, Brent. It helps having Cantor, who's also good at drawing fouls.
Well, we see how much a team can have success just stealing easy points from the free throw line. So most teams that are near the top in terms of finding free throw attempts per game find their way into postseason play. The Thunder have set that trend. Westbrook's aggressiveness, Cantor on the inside, and Adams playing aggressive around the rim.
Now here's Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Lopez. Makes it off the glass.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
George Hill. He's been the guy making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of
it's like a dream come true. It's hard to really...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA at this era.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, they're attacking the rim in more than one way, and with that kind of success, you feel like the defense is going to make the adjustment. Then you start playing inside out.
Taking a look at the Thunder, they've got Sabonis, Russell Westbrook out there with Will Barton. Then they're...
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
Lopez, a screen on Westbrook. Mills dishes to Lopez. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Westbrook, and it's sent back by Lopez. In transition, here come the Spurs. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Roberson's got 4 this quarter.
Robertson getting out and quick in transition that time. Excellent at running the route in the open floor.
Westbrook kicks to Sabonis. Martin in the corner. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Ginobili. Will Barton, known as the People's Champ, is a fantastic scorer on the wing. Fearless with the shots he takes, Brent, and very aggressive when he gets the ball in his hands.
Well, that's what you love most about Will Barton, is his ability to attack a defender off the wing and play with speed and reckless abandon. It's him trying to find a more complete game, and also maybe, Kevin, trying to find a little bit more control around what he does offensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
I think Will Barton has figured out that scoring from the free throw line can be a good thing.
Howard's checked in for the Thunder. All free throws good from Barton. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
Well, a couple guys come to mind, Kevin, when you say help and they're actually there. Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing, when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
Tries again. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Howard.
And Howard loves getting positioned down that deep, knowing he's a force in the paint.
And Roberson kicks to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Feeds it to Ginobili. Here's Roberson. Guarded by Powell. From deep. Roberson can't hit. Thunder trailing by 6. And here is Powell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game outside Westbrook. Sweet little floater. And now just a 4-point Spurs lead.
I'm not sure the opposing team's coaching staff has a tactic to slow down Russell Westbrook.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going in the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency. One of the best two-way players in the game. Roberson the pass to Mills. Ginobili kicks to Lopez. Trying to get back on track, and the layup is up and in. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
There's the screen. Powell with the screen. It's Barton on the wing. Unloads, and it's good off the back rim and in. Barton's got 7.
And you can see how dangerous that catch-and-shoot game can be. Will Barton continues to impress.
And Roberson kicks to Gasol. Mills dishes to Gasol. Here's Lopez. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Howard. Barton against Ginobili. Barton passes to Westbrook. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 16.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that to me makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. The Thunder also changing it up. Markkanen, he's checked in for Sabonis. Hayward comes in for Will Barton. And Hood subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Hayward against Leonard. Plumlee sets the pick for Leonard. Nice work there coming off the screen. And the Spurs lead by 4. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Hey, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Nance a screen. Hill kicks to Green. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, Dwight Howard patrolling the paint still makes you think about your shot attempts, easily leaping up to throw that one away.
Powell kicks to Markkanen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Spurs.
Well, you love seeing the backcourt stay active and putting that speed and quickness to use on the glass. They've gotten a lot of rebounds and helping to do whatever they can for the win.
Plumlee against Howard. Plumlee dishes to Hill. A three-pointer off the mark.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Powell, the pass to Howard. Markkanen sets the pick for Howard. He kicks it to Hood. Again, Oklahoma City.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Hill kicks to Nance. Leonard on the wing. Ended by Hayward. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Thunder have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Hood against Hill. Hood kicks to Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And no answer for Dwight Howard that deep inside the paint, always looking to throw it down.
Hill with it. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Hayward against Leonard. Plumlee dishes to Leonard. Over Hayward. And it's Leonard again missing.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Green, the pass to Leonard. Back to Green. Plumlee with the screen. The drive by Green.
And Danny Green out of North Carolina, the former Tar Heel, now in his 9th season in the NBA. 8 of those seasons with San Antonio, as a guy that went undrafted and then spent the last 5 seasons starting for a contender deep in the heart of Texas.
Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
Oh, look out.
it looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Hood kicks to Grant. To the paint, deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nance. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Number 5, the Spurs.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Nene with the screen on Nance. Off the pick. Another shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Thunder put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
No good on the free throw. And the Spurs, Greg, one of the best defensive teams in the league for 2 seasons running.
And it's really all about execution. They seem to just move in concert and stay connected. No silly fouls. And with their length, nothing easy inside.
And the second free throw, good. Now Hill. He's got 8. This is to Leonard. Shoots over Grant. Another miss by Leonard. The Thunder leading by 3. Hood kicks to Hayward. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the half. Back to Hood. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Leonard against Grant. Hill kicks to Leonard. He scores a 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Well, he's making it look effortless. You combine Leonard's athleticism with his skill set, and now that confidence. Nights like this are inevitable.
Here's Hayward, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Hayward's got 4 points in the quarter. Hill dishes to Plumlee. Plumlee with the screen. Plumlee with a screen on Hayward. Outside, Green. Back to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Over Grant. Another miss by Leonard.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Hayward outside. Tries again. And a wide open look for Hood. And it's Hood again missing.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Hill kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Grant. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Leonard.
Well, the D right in his face, Kawhi couldn't care less. That's the expressionless assassin we've come to respect.
Nene, the screen. Hood kicks to Hayward. Here's Markkanen.
Well, you can see why Green is considered this classic 3-and-D type play.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jets. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. They went into attack mode in the second quarter and came from behind to jump in front.
And San Antonio's shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Going out the wings, it's Green and Leonard. Plumlee out there with Larry Nance. And it's Hill in at point guard. That's the San Antonio 5. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Green. He hits it from 9. Green's got the first bucket of the third here for the Spurs.
Beautiful high release on that jump shot. Green had a guy draped all over him, but his mechanics came through.
Screen by Howard. Leonard against Hood. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, one thing the Thunder have always done well is control the glass. Good rebounding team.
Well, the Thunder are great candidates to end up near the top for both offensive and defensive rebounds, and it certainly helps when Russell Westbrook is tearing down over 10 boards a game. It's a complete effort with this ball club, and they have guys who are willing to stick their nose in it.
Nance a screen. Here's Hill. Second chance shot. Count it. And the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
You know what? You can see there's momentum right now. A nice hustle play there on the glass and the finish.
The Spurs have shot 6 of 7 at the line. Hey, Brent, what's more important, offense or defense? Some guys are great at both.
Well, offense is sometimes what you get paid for, Kevin, but defense is where you need a buy-in. And so to me, it's always the defense and the way that you construct that camaraderie on that end of the floor, that communication on that end of the floor, it's going to make the difference in your season.
Don't you love two-way players, though, guys that play hard at both ends? It's hard to do, but the guys that do it well really stand out.
Well, it's not football, Kevin. There's 2 sides that you have to play in basketball, and certainly the more equipped that you are to play both, the more playing time you're going to see for a coach.
Spurs have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Hill. 8 points for him. Green, the screen. Plumlee sets the pick for Hill. And the wide open shot from Green. From outside, off the mark. Oklahoma City trailing. Outside Westbrook. 3-pointer. Oklahoma City gets it back. Markkanen, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
That one is no good. And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet, they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that can be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
From 15 feet away, and again, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there just aren't many guys that have a more devastating mid-range game. Leonard has fine-tuned that shot to where it's almost automatic.
Westbrook missing again.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And Plumlee kicks to Green. Nance a screen. A 3 from Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Now it's a 5-point Spurs lead.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Westbrook kicks to Hayward. There's the pick. The dish now to Howard. Hayward against Leonard. Fader on the way, and Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 on difficulty, that's an 11.
San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol is checked in for Plumlee. Roberson comes in for Nance. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Mills in for George Hill. Here's Westbrook. And the rejection by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Here's Roberson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
There's the screen. Now here's Westbrook. Got a lot of room, and that's going to be a treble. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Westbrook.
Well, we know that this team can shoot a lot better from deep. But tonight it's just not there for them. They can keep firing and hope they can shoot their way out of this funk. But if they continue to shoot it like they have from beyond the arc thus far, they'll just be beating themselves.
Spurs leading by 6. Mills passes to Roberson. Outside Leonard. And Roberson kicks to Leonard. Here's Mills. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the pass to Sabonis. Ginobili against Barton. There's the pick. Out to the right wing. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. Russell Westbrook is second. In the third spot, Kawhi Leonard.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
Westbrook.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Ginobili against Barton. Mills in the corner. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Thunder trailing by 6. Hayward on the wing. Back to Westbrook. Screen by Howard. Off the pick. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, Westbrook right now amped up, his volume at 11, physical enough to shake off the contact and send it home.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Ginobili dishes to Gasol. Down low, it's deflected. Left side Westbrook. Shoots over Mills, and the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Westbrook.
Well, able to explode in the paint at will, and a great finisher. Westbrook a terror once he gets in there.
Mills passes to Leonard. This all setting the pick for Leonard, and the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. And Brett, when you hear Donovan on the sideline or in the huddle, it's clear how big a motivator he can be for his team. He certainly gets the most out of his players from the stars to the end of the bench.
One thing that Billy Donovan did in the early part of taking the job with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I remember it well, Kevin. I went to the UCLA campus where Billy Donovan had invited most of the roster for the Oklahoma City team, and he started to establish that trust in the off season, being there for workouts, understanding the personalities of his team and getting to know his guys. All of those things have reaped some incredible rewards in the early part of Billy Donovan's coaching career.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And Robertson has it in the corner. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. San Antonio again missing. Here's Hayward. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league. And couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar.
And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line. And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike-shortened one in '99.
Lopez a screen. Here's Roberson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Roberson's got 7.
Well, I like watching Robertson get involved in the offense, especially when he gets down there. Nice soft touch down on the inside.
Here's Westbrook, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
Kicks it to Barton. Here's Sabonis. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Sabonis has got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City. And Mills kicks to Lopez. Pass to Leonard. Here's Roberson. He has 7. Lopez, a screen on Hayward. Here's Leonard. Doesn't go for him. So the Thunder will take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics, who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
Grant, he's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. Westbrook dishes to Hayward. The rebound by the Spurs. Now here's Leonard. He's got 24. Up again, Gasol. The Thunder pull it in. Nene's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Westbrook. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
A moment now to see the numbers for Russell Westbrook. Averaging about 27 points per, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Hill comes in for Patty Mills. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Markkanen's checked in.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Hill passes to Gasol. Fires from the wing. Gasol missing again.
And I know we want to assume these shots are going in. The defense definitely blew an assignment there, but still got lucky.
That gives them the lead. That's 10 points for Will Barton.
And that's some nice rotation on the ball there from Barton. Looks totally calm rising up for threes.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Lopez kicks to Gasol. The kick out to Lopez. Lopez sets a screen for Leonard. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Leonard's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And how about the numbers here for Kawhi Leonard? 3rd in scoring, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy. And everyone else knows it as well. First free throw is good. The Spurs making a switch here. Nance is checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Rodney Hood's checked in for Jeremy Grant. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
It's Hill on the wing. He's covered by Westbrook. The 3. And it's Nene with the rebound. Nene's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Barton kicks to Westbrook. Nailed from three-point land. Westbrook's got 28 points for the game.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And here is Hill. 8 points for him. He feeds it to Green. Lopez, a screen on Westbrook. Here's Leonard. Off target from the baseline. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Only difference is competitiveness.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. The Thunder leading by 5, and Oklahoma City looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. We've got Rodney Hood. Markkanen is out there with Will Barton. Then there's Nene, and it's Westbrook in at the 1. And the Spurs with possession. Hill kicks to Nance. Leonard dishes to Nance. Nance a screen. Outside Hill. The tray. Traps in the tray. Hill's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Spurs.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Barton against Leonard. He dishes it to Hill. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Barton. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Howard's checked in. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The Thunder with the lead. Outside Hood. Barton against Leonard. Screen by Howard. Westbrook passes to Barton. Clock at 6. Launches it. The putback. Howard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 13 rebounds. Outside Hill. Lopez a screen on Barton. Leonard draws the double.
Jump on. Pull it. You two players.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. The Thunder leading by 4. Hood, a screen on Hill. Markkanen sets the pick for Westbrook. Screen by Howard. Westbrook kicks to Hood. Shot clock at 6. Over Lopez. Hood can't get it to go. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Nance a screen on Westbrook. Here's Hill. Sinks that one from the post. Hill's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, not a perfectly set screen there, but got him just enough room to get that shot off.
With some arc, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
It's pretty obvious right now the defense is not comfortable with Barton taking those shots. He's remarkable at drawing fouls when he's on the floor.
He's off on the first.
And he has been grinding away to get himself to the line. It hasn't always turned into points, but he's doing a lot of the dirty work for them.
And he's good on the second. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Westbrook against Hill. Lopez a screen. Lopez sets a screen for Green. From 18 feet away, rebounded by Howard. Oklahoma City leading by 3. The 11-footer. Here's Markkanen. Makes it off the glass.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Hill dishes to Green. Pass to Nance. Lopez a screen. And Nance kicks to Green. Nance passes to Green. And he makes good on the layup.
Interior D lacking, and it couldn't be at a worse time giving up that easy one.
Well, just an incredibly slow rotation. That is someone's responsibility and something they're going to need to discuss.
Howard against Lopez. Here's Westbrook, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Yeah, you could see the defense break down, but credit the aggressive play of Westbrook for making that happen.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Westbrook.
And the former college defensive player of the year in his conference. Few knew that Westbrook would reach such elite scoring at the pro level.
Plumlee, he's checked in for Lopez. Spurs trail by 5. Outside Hill. And Nance kicks to Leonard. Spurs passing it around. Nance a screen on Hood. Here's Green. Good D by Howard.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Green against Hood. Got a piece of it. He can't get that one to fall. Plumlee with some nice D.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Hill. Westbrook with it. Outside Hood. The feed now to Barton. To the paint, just 5 to shoot. Leaps for it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Will Barton. Spurs trail by 3. Hill kicks to Nance. Passes it to Plumlee. Over Howard. Plumlee, no luck. Thunder have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Hayward, and again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Hill drives in. They kick it out to Green. Out to the right wing. Hill against Westbrook. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Your Spurs, George Hill. 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Hill. Both free throws good from Hill. The Thunder with the lead. Now Hayward. Outside Westbrook. And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Showing good shot blocking skills at times. Plumlee gets all of that one.
Hill kicks to Leonard. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Thunder shooting 43% from the field. Lobbed up there for Howard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Now you got to put a body on Dwight Howard. Remarkable at slamming in missed shots.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And Dwight Howard, the first pick overall in the 2004 draft. At his peak, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 3 consecutive seasons. And Brent, he's the only one.
I think you have to at some point just realize what it is that Dwight Howard has been for the length of his career. A lot of people had tremendous expectations that he was going to dominate offensively. It's just not been the case. He has led the league in rebounding 6 times. He's been an 8-time All-Star and will probably end up being in the Hall of Fame.
Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
I mean, he's been the driving force all night. I mean, the damage he's done has added up to a major chunk of their offense. And you know it's a special game once you crack 30.
Roberson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
And Green gets it to go.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Screen by Howard. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Not sure, maybe the pressure of the moment got to him there. A really careless error that might ultimately cost the team.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. San Antonio trailing here. Hill kicks to Nance. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Hood. Back to Green. And Hill has it in the corner. Alley-oop try. Westbrook with the block.
There is no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
And so here is Oklahoma City. It's a one-point game. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. And against the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Westbrook's got 32 points.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
Here's Green. Back to Plumlee. Feeds it to Green. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that bad.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
He kicks to Nance. Plumlee sets the pick for Hill to tie it up. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Dishes it to Markkanen. Now the pass to Hood. The kick out to Westbrook. He feeds it to Hayward. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Left side Nance to take the lead. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Shooting in San Antonio, Larry Nance Jr. At the line for two.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Both free throws good from Nance.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Westbrook kicks to Hayward. Over Plumlee. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Westbrook. And that's now 10 points for Gordon Hayward. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Back to Mills. Green, the screen. Plumlee with a screen on Hayward. And Mills kicks to Nance. Plumlee against Howard. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Well, not the guy you generally think of if you need a go-to basket. Plumlee coming through.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Kawhi Leonard. David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Spurs gave us some info. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. The season is still very young, but that is bad news to get at any point in the year. We'll see how the team responds without him, Kevin.
Appreciate that, D.A. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
And sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
A little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
Big difference between aggressiveness and awareness. No way he's getting that rebound right there.
San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in.
Dwight Howard's been around a long time, and his poise showed up on that big hoop.
Plumlee with a screen on Westbrook. To the middle. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
The Thunder with the lead. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Markkanen kicks to Hood. A stupendous finish in traffic.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Green with a screen on Hood. Hill dishes to Green. Kicks it to Leonard. Over Hayward. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 14 points now in the second half.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
And he gets the bucket. 34 points for Russell Westbrook.
It's a certain mindset, Kevin, right now to want the ball at the end of games, and Westbrook has it.
Green, the screen. Hill passes to Green. Plumlee sets the pick for Green. There's the dish to Leonard. Back to Green. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Hood kicks to Hayward. Howard with a screen on Green. Over Hill. That one misses. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Hayward. It's in!
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned. Playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, I mean, if they can score, they're then going to have to foul immediately.
Well, I'm sure that's part of the discussion, not whether to foul, but maybe who.
Brook Lopez is checked in for San Antonio. Sinks it. And that shot brings them to within just 1. Sounds like a rock concert in here.
And guys, that was the bucket they have been waiting for.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Miss it.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Big time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
Leonard inside, ended by Hayward.
High percentage look for Kawhi there. He's developed such good touch inside. That one's automatic.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Miss.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Kyle.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to get a 3. That's the only thing that's going to do it.
For 3, Hill.
Oh, Russ.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Russell.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Tons of credit there on the focus level to stay calm in a huge moment, and he ices the game.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long and good night, everyone.